What's good, Internet? My name is attackslug, and welcome to my SmackDown Live reactions video for the week of August the 16th, 2016. I don't know why I wrote down 15 here. I'm out of it. I'm out of it this morning. Anyway, as always, let me know your thoughts of a SmackDown Live from last night, and I will get onto my rambling reactions video for a SmackDown, which opened with their cold open again. No recap nonsense that Raw has. Cold open, which I like. We have Orton signing the contract. No big to-do. No, hey, contract signing at the end of the show. No, he's signing a contract at the top of the show. And in comes the one-man bam, baby, Heath Slater, who has been consistently the best goddamn part of any show for a long time now. And he had watched last week and all that nonsense that happened. He wants to apologize. He has a fruit basket. And he wants a contract. And then they were like, no, sorry, dude. So he tosses Randy Orton an apple for some reason. Randy Orton bites it, does not spit in the face of people who want to be cool, and says he has an idea. So that is your cold open. And then we go into Miz TV. Now, I don't normally have a problem with Miz TV, but if SmackDown really wants to differentiate itself from Raw, don't open with a 15-minute promo. Like, come on. I know you're building SummerSlam, but that's the one thing that Raw, like, almost always does. Here's an idea. Start SmackDown with a match. Have your 15-minute promo after the match. Just don't have it at the start of the show. It's dumb. Anyway, Miz TV, Dean Ambrose, Dolph Ziggler. We open the show. The crowd here is kind of dead. It is so dead you can hear one dude yell over and over again, "You need to retire!" I'm not sure if he's talking to Dolph Ziggler or Dean Ambrose. I don't really care. Dolph Ziggler being like, "You're gonna scrape and claw and bleed," and I'm like, I don't think anyone's gonna bleed at SummerSlam. Maybe Lesnar, because he occasionally does that stuff, but I don't think anyone's gonna bleed here. But this ends with Dolph Ziggler getting fired up and hitting Ambrose with a surprise super kick, and that builds up their interaction for their title match at SummerSlam this Sunday. But additionally, Miz, who does have an IC title match this Sunday against Apollo Crews, not Creed. They actually played into that during the commercial break. He was calling out him Apollo Creed. Apollo comes out, gives him that spinning powerbomb thing that he does, and that's your build for that match. And like nobody cares. It's been kind of inconsequential, but I'll get into that stuff when I do my SummerSlam predictions on Friday around 7 p.m.-ish. Anyway, they don't clearly have any idea what they're going to do right now with this tag team division, playa. Because we had a 12-man match with every tag team you've got here on SmackDown. It is the Usos, the Hype Bros, and American Alpha versus the Vaudevillains, Ascension, and Breezango. And certainly, of those 12 guys, there are some talented guys in here that can do really well, but until you actually have a tag title, it's kind of whatever. And the match had, just a bunch of spots in it, and it was kind of, a big clusterfuck. And the faces win, and American Alpha got the pinfall. Then, I feel like I should mention this just because it was funny. As they are having a video package hyping up that finally Eva Marie will have a match tonight, JBL calls her Eva McGree, which was really funny. So, that was next, and out comes Naomi, who is back from injury, finally, with a new entrance. And I like her new entrance. It's very EDM, rave stuff. It's got black lights, and it looks really cool. And then the lights come up, and her outfit looks stupid. So, if I had to give a suggestion, not that anyone's going to fucking listen to me, but if I have to give a suggestion to this, she needs to have that weird, glowing outfit be like the Cesaro suit, and just, tear it away, or take it off, have like an overcoat that has like kind of the same thing on it, so that she has, a different attire when she's wrestling, because it's like she's wearing a giant, like, baby onesie. It doesn't look cool. Like, it looks cool during the entrance, but when the lights are up, not so much. Anyway, she does that. Cool new entrance, like a remix theme song, And then Eva Marie with her phenomenal, like, announcer guy doing all that stuff, and she's stuck in traffic. So I don't know how long they can keep doing this gimmick where she doesn't actually have matches, but it's hilarious, and they should keep doing it, because, honestly, the end game is having her wrestle, and nobody wants to see that. Nobody. But the teasing of it is amazing, and I hope it keeps going until WrestleMania is what where I hope it keeps going. Just pay it off there. I don't know how they do that, but, you know. We had a backstage deal with AJ Styles and Alberto Del Rio, basically trying to, you know, encourage Del Rio to just get fired up here. But the one good line here is like, hey, I'm on a pay-per-view, you aren't even on the card. And that was pretty good. After that, unbelievably enough, we have a video package for Kurt Hawkins, of all people. After thoroughly feuding with your boy Grimm's Toy Show, he is now being called back up after this brand split because they need bodies. They need warm bodies, and apparently Kurt Hawkins meets that criteria. And his gimmick here is that he's Chuck Norris, I guess. Like, they're using, like, the 10-year-old Chuck Norris jokes. Or his gimmick is that he stole Tyson Kidd's. Fact. 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 That was literally before Tyson Kidd got hurt. That was what he was doing. Or, you want to go back even farther, he's stealing the Matt Hardy version 1 Matt Facts that he was doing on SmackDown like 10 years ago, 15 years ago. I don't even know anymore. Like, all these things are not Kurt Hawkins things. This is like a one-dimensional gimmick, and it'll probably flop. But hey, Kurt Hawkins is just going to get more attention for Grimm's Toy Show, because you go onto YouTube and type in Kurt Hawkins, you're going to find a lot of videos for Grimm's Toy Show. So, that was alright. Anyway, our next match here is certainly, you know, my favorite bit of the evening. It is Randy Orton versus the one-man band, baby. Heath Slater having a one-on-one match to get a contract, which he wins because Randy Orton decides that he wants to keep punching him in the corner, and the ref just says, you know what, you're disqualified. And then Randy Orton hears the voices in his head and goes into that place and gives him some suplexes and gives him the RKO and whatever else. And he kind of does like the Brock Lesnar taunt, which was pretty funny. And that's kind of, you know, your build for that match. So, during that, like after that, they go back to Bray Wyatt and Rowan being like, we're here. But it kind of cuts back to Randy Orton kind of like watching the Titantron. And then during the commercial, as Orton's coming out and Wyatt's leaving, they kind of have a little face-to-face deal. I guess they're teasing something. But that's weird because what I had heard is that Randy Orton wanted to have a feud with AJ Styles on SmackDown. So it's weird that they aren't doing that. And they're going into, like, obviously, Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt and the Wyatts have history. RKO out of nowhere. They have history in that the Wyatts took out Randy Orton and he was injured on the shelf for, you know, 9 months or a year or fucking whatever. So after that, we go backstage to Heath Slater, who is completely out of it, and he thinks that Daniel Bryan is Mick Foley. He thinks that Shane is Steph. So they were going to offer him a contract, and they just kind of take it away. Even though he literally beat Randy Orton, so he should have a contract. Because the authority figures on any show are always very petty and vindictive. They just kind of take us... And you can hear the crowd booing. They want Heath Slater to get that contract. Which is, you know, I guess you're getting the audience invested in Heath Slater, which is good. But at the same time, aren't your authority guys supposed to be faces and not heels? That doesn't make any sense. Anyway, our next match here, which is kind of a... Oh, this is definitely a SmackDown match. It is Eric Rowan versus your champion, Dean Ambrose. And it was kind of a whatever match. Again, they shouldn't be doing suicide dives on every damn show. Whatever. I hate to harp on that every week, but it happens every week. So I'm going to keep harping on it. And obviously, Dean Ambrose wins here with Dirty Deeds. And it was kind of whatever. The only thing here that was significant is that because Rowan lost, they're kind of teasing. I guess not so much teasing, but Bray Wyatt is like, you know what? Fuck you, and just walks out. Leaves the sheep mask and just walks out. So, is that the end of the Wyatts? Are they going to repackage Eric Rowan like they repackaged Braun Strowman? What's going to happen to Luke Harper when he returns? If he ever returns. Who knows? But it's all kind of up in the air. And, again, I like the booking here on a lot of this stuff. I like how they're, you know, I like how they're using the talent. I just don't like seeing a lot of the matches because they're kind of just tired, and we've seen them, you know, they don't feel important. Anyway, speaking of that, playa, we have Carmella and Becky versus Natalya and Alexa in a women's tag team match. And here comes Eva Marie, no longer stuck in traffic. But then here comes Naomi to chase Eva Marie and kind of into the ring, and there's some stuff here. And basically, long story short, Carmella and Becky win the match. And at some point, we will get a women's title for SmackDown, but not quite yet. So, in your most disturbing segment of the evening, we have Baron Corbin and Kalisto recreating the infamous Michael Cole and Heidenreich situation from many, many years ago. If you haven't seen that, I guess go look it up. It's disturbing what happened to Cole by the hands of Heidenreich, and Corbin and Kalisto kind of recreating that, which was no, don't do that. So that feud continues. I don't know why Kalisto isn't on Raw in their upcoming Cruiserweight division. That shit makes no sense. Anyway, your main event for the evening is John Cena and Del Rio, and I'm just like, falling asleep. The word on the street is that John Cena is taking more time off to go film more reality shows for Fox. Another season of American Grit, so I think it is very likely that John Cena will lose to AJ on Sunday as he leaves and goes and does other stuff for a while. So, that being said, obviously Cena wins here because it's John Cena. Del Rio kind of is just there. You know, the match kind of wasn't much of anything. And then you had AJ on commentary to come and interfere with the phenomenal forearm after the match. But then Cena gets the upper hand and puts AJ through the table off the solid steel stairs. So, AJ Styles going through tables, the announce table, a lot since his debut at the Rumble. Like 5 or 6 times now. Anyway, that was SmackDown. Again, a 2-hour show is way more fun to watch than a 3-hour show, at least for me anyway. So, I like what they're doing with a lot of these characters. I think if you had more fresh matchups from things that I haven't already seen 18 million times, then perhaps I would enjoy that stuff more. But hey, they're getting there. Anyway, let me know what you thought. I'm attackslug. Thanks for watching. More videos every day. And I'll see you next time, right here on this channel. Pedo. And I'm out.